Hi guys, Chef Kevin Belton here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, you know, desserts, holidays, let's try some different things. It's National Pastry Day. Now, something different, okay? You might have heard of a chiffon pie or chiffon cake. Basically, chiffon means it's light, it's airy, it's silky, kind of like the material, okay? And the way you achieve that is with egg whites folded into it. So today we're gonna make a chiffon pie, specifically a lemon chiffon pie. So first thing I'm going to start with, I took about 60 vanilla wafers, run them in the food processor, just got them ground up. And what I have here, I have a stick of butter. We're going to get this in, and this is going to be for our crust. Now I want to pour that in there. Hate to leave any butter behind. This is going to be the crust. This is the crust that I chose to use for this. Now you just want to get this mixed in. You can see how it's starting to get a little clumpy. That's what we want. All right, that butter will hold this together. And in our pie plate is just sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and just dump this in. Now, there are a number of ways, you know, watching grandmothers cook, they taught me different things. You know, you could use your hands for this. I've seen some use the bottom of a glass to press it down in. Oh, there's our oven preheating. I have the oven preheating at 350 degrees because what we need this to bake roughly for about 12 to 15 minutes. All right. Now you notice I'm just using the spoon to go around the side, and I like this kind of a rustic look to it. All right, you can get it pretty and perfect, but I like, you know, sometimes the rougher things look, the better it tastes. So now let's go ahead and get this in the oven to start baking, and then I'll show you how we're going to make actually our filling and our chiffon. Now our pie shell's in the oven. Okay, what I have here, I have taken a packet of gel, which is about a tablespoon, dissolved it in some cold water. Now I've set this on the side. What I have here, 4 eggs, and you see I've taken the egg yolks, okay? I've saved the whites because we're going to use the whites later. Cup of sugar, just about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I've zested a lemon. So let's get that lemon juice in. Now, in making this, I'm putting this on a double boiler. If you notice, I have the pot on the fire, and I'm going to turn up our heat. I wanted it starting to heat up. We're going to do this over like a medium-high heat. We're going to set our bowl here, okay? The reason this is called a double boiler because we don't want to put this mixture directly in the pan because those egg yolks will scramble. So what's going to happen, the heat from the steam and the water are going to help cook our eggs. Now this is going to take a few minutes. This is going to take about 12 to 15 minutes, but notice the color of it now. And you can tell when it gets done because it starts to it gets some body to it, plus it gets kind of a creamy, instead of bright yellow, it's a pale color. So here, let's just keep stirring. Our sugar will dissolve. More importantly, the eggs will cook, but we won't scramble the eggs. That's why it's a double boiler. Now, notice this is not that bright and shiny anymore. It's, you know, it's the term opaque comes to mind. But you can see it almost looks like it's thickened. So the fire's off. Now this is where we have to be really careful, gang. Okay? I'm gonna put a towel down. You see the pie crust I've taken out of the oven. Make sure, remember, your bowl is hot. So I'm setting this on a towel. And now, this is gelatin. I've dissolved the gelatin just in 1/4 cup of cold water. Let's get this in. And we want to make sure that we get this totally dissolved here. Now, you remember I mentioned our egg yolks. Our egg whites, I'm sorry. The whites are sitting there because now once we get this totally dissolved in, we have to put this in the refrigerator. This needs to completely cool in the refrigerator till it gets nice and chilled, because while that's happening, I'm going to beat our egg whites to nice stiff peaks, and we're going to slowly fold our egg whites into this once it's chilled. Now, I started folding in our egg whites. I folded in two parts. Remember, this is what makes it nice and light. And remember, we want it to fold it in so we don't break the air and it stays nice and light and fluffy. Now, our pie crust is totally cooled. We want that totally cooled. And once we get this in our pie crust, then we can either make homemade whipped cream, or if you have a whipped topping, you can put that right on the top. But look, let's just get this right on in our pie crust. You can see how light and smooth this is. Now, all this has to do now is go in our refrigerator and chill. And remember, go ahead, top it off with a little whipped topping, or make some homemade whipped cream to put on the right on top of this. But I tell you what's really nice is it's going to be so nice and silky. That's why it's called the lemon chiffon pie. All right? Thank you for cooking with me today. Keep washing those hands. Stay safe. For WWLTV, I'm Chef Kevin Belton, and we'll see you soon.